Yo boys, back with another video. Today we're going to be doing the Outlaw Rogue, and I've been gearing him a little bit. Right now he's under gear, but by the time this video's up, he's going to be okay geared. He's going to have 4 set. He'll have his headpiece. He'll have his main pieces, other than like his rings, his trinkets, his secondary weapon, his cape, his neck. He might have his neck by then. He's okay geared. The one problem with Outlaw obviously is its damage is really bad, like unbelievably bad. I wish they would have, you know, the fact that they should nerf its CD reduction probably again maybe, but then give us more damage. I think as Outlaw Rogue, I mean you get CC, but it's pretty useless when you don't do damage. It's okay in threes and stuff because you obviously have a third DPS to carry. Put a Jolly Range in my mouth. Yep. This guy couldn't get a tier of the Leviosa the entire game, by the way. I literally would not let him get it. I don't think he got one off the entire game. Like if he kept spamming it, he probably would have got it. But like, no, never mind. He finally got it. So that's after triple DRing. It's after double kicks. I could even blind them for it, but I was like, I'm not gonna do it. So he did get that one. We'll see how many more he gets. So pretty much we're just hitting whatever's close. And the main thing is, whenever you're bursting as an Outlaw Rogue, you need to have your between the eyes. So whenever you Shadow Dance, make sure you have your between the eyes up. And all you're going to do is, a lot of the times, you'll be able to spam your between the eyes while you're in Shadow Dance, because there's a chance of it giving you combo points. And all you're doing is you're just going to keep hitting that button, and it'll do a lot of damage. But you got to make sure you have a Shadow Dance. I haven't really been doing that, but I'm pretty sure that's what a lot of people do. So like, if you see Shadow Dance fitting to come up in like 10 seconds, just wait for it to come up, and then use it, between the eyes when you Shadow Dance. That way you're getting, a few off instead of just getting one every, 15, 20 seconds. So here he misses the Searing Glare. He actually, I don't know why he thought that was gonna land. I get Hush, I get Dispelled. So here I have Shadow Dance. One thing is, using Shadow Dance without Adrenaline Rush is kind of like, it feels really bad. Mainly just because your energy is so deflated. Like, it feels like I have no energy the entire game. Like, unless I have Adrenaline Rush up, I literally cannot hit. I can't do damage. But as you can see, basically this is gonna be my top damage. Even with between the eyes, even with hitting 4 people at a time, I'm still only doing around 50k DPS, which is really bad. If I was a DH or a warrior or any other class in the game right now, I'd probably be doing like 150 on my burst. But that's his Outlaw Rogue. Good thing about Outlaw is obviously you have a good amount of CC, and that's mainly what wins you games is CC. Um, Obviously, if you're not playing with a really good class, it's gonna be difficult. So if you're not playing with like a D8, you need to be playing with somebody that does damage. And really, every class in the game does damage. As you can see, we sap off our blind really good, and I can either cheap shot or I can just wait for the swap. I'll probably just wait for the swap. So yeah, here he sacks. I'm just gonna swap the H-Power with Shadow Dance between the bones or roll the bones. And now we're just pumping. We're basically just going HPO until he clicks a CD, and then whenever we have blind, we can do swap goes, or we can just blind the hunter to stop him from doing damage. I align the Searing Glare. I kidney the hunter here. He pet sacks. These guys actually played pretty good for this rating. I don't even know what rating we're at. I'm eating a watermelon Jolly Rangers like you. So he gets pre-cog here. I gouge his rep. I'm going to swap to the hunter here for a second. I'm going to kidney him off that, so I'm just swapping to the hunter, trying to get either a turtle or just keeping pressure up. He gets a really good cyclone. I was going to try to sap off that DR, but good that he got it. I tried to sap regardless, couldn't get it. So here, he has Trinket coming back up. They still have turtle, he gets a kick. Actually, he gets a precog. This game's looking really well. I mean, I have evasion. I'll probably use it like right now, soon. The moment they connect on me, I'll probably use it. Yeah, so like right now on that green ability that's swirling over me, that's basically his mini burst. So I'm gonna use my evasion immediately, and I'm kind of just PVing him down, kindling off DR, and just keeping my pressure up, and we end up winning the game off that. Because obviously, as an H-Foul, if you don't play on the pillar, you're gonna die. A lot of healers. He actually could have got his tier de Leviosa off if he didn't just like fake cast it. So again, if you're playing a healer, never go off the pillar. You just have to literally sit on the pillar and never get off. That's every healer, unless you're like Evoker, because obviously Evokers had to play up in your face, but like every other healer in the game can literally just play on the pillar. You don't have to move. Just do what my Wrestler Druid's done the entire game and sit on a pillar. And that's how you'll win games. That way you can go for drinks and all that in 2v2 arena. The way that you beat people in 2v2 arena, whether they're dampening you or not, whoever drinks first wins the game. So as long as you don't let the druid drink, you're gonna beat a druid. So you gotta prioritize not letting any healer drink, especially a druid. So druids are really easy to beat, but they're also really hard. If it's a good druid, they'll CC everybody and then they'll try to go for a drink and or they'll go for a re-stealth and then try to run away, then they'll drink. Um, or they'll just go max range and try to drink, because on big maps it's like nothing you can do about it. So again, you're just spamming between the eyes on your go. So basically every Shadow Dance Adrenaline, literally just sit there and spam it when you get, combo, because you'll randomly get combo points every time you're doing damage, and every time you between the eyes it'll just keep it'll keep renewing those combo points. So, there's that. Obviously, as an Outlaw Rogue, your only damage is on your burst, otherwise you don't really do damage, which is fine. Um, Outlaw Rogue, and we're also playing a really bad comp. Outlaw Fist Weaving in 2s is okay, but you'd rather play with like a Wrestler Druid or like, even like a Holy Priest. I'd just say like literally just play with the Wrestler Druid. Even an H-Pal can be okay, because you're having so much utility to go through. You're having just an ungodly amount. Holy Priest can maybe be good. Disc Priest can maybe be good. Really any healer, but mainly you want to play with like a Wrestler Druid. Just Wrestlers is really broken in 2s. If you're trying to gain rating as any comp in the game, unless you're playing a caster, then like if you're playing a caster, you want to play Holy Priest caster, because obviously you're gonna get the Holy Priest in cap, which is insanely good because it counts as a stun. Now if you're playing like a Warlock, then you probably just want to play with a Druid, because Warlocks already have enough CC. I mean, honestly, every caster has enough CC, but pretty much all we're doing is we're just going to kidney shot the priest, and then we're just going to keep pumping the main target. The same thing we've always done. I'm going to blind off the kidney, and then I'm going to vanish sap. We'll see what happens. So vanish, sap. Actually, I don't know how I don't get the sap there, but okay. So I did a kidney into a blind, and I still couldn't be able to sap. Probably because my AoE was hitting him while he was kidneyed. That's probably why. So it technically was putting him in combat. I really wish I had a Blade Fury cancel macro to where I could cancel it. Because situations like that is when you're trying to CC, it'll come in handy. But I don't really care enough right now. I'm just trying to play. I'll probably try to go for, quick 2400 in solo shuffle before I get unbanned. And then we'll go back to, how the old Fash. Honestly, I might even try playing a bunch of rogues in the future, because once I have every class 2400, I don't think I'll be able to get Glad in every class. I can't even get, I don't even have enough time periods to like get Glad now. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably just make a bunch of rogues after I've hit 2400 on everybody. Or I'll just try to hit rank 1, like I'll just keep pushing them, and eventually I'll get high enough MMR to where I'll just be able to hit it. Because really all rank 1 is you just need to play, and then if you're good overall, you'll get super high MMR, because like, let's say I got 2500 this season. Next season at 0 CR, I'll start off at like 24, 2350 MMR. So if I do good from the start of that, and I just play classes when they're broken, or not even broken, just S tier, that's what everyone does. That's how you push rank 1. That's how everyone's able to have super high MMR. Like Crusader, since he plays the same classes every single time, every season he's going to automatically start at like 2400 MMR. So at 0 CR. And that's how these people are able to push their rank 1. Otherwise, you're literally, if you don't have an MMR buff, you're literally going to be hard stuck 21 through 2300, and you're never going to get over it. You'll like randomly hit 2400, but then after that, you're just going to have a rough time. So without MMR buffs, it's insanely rough. So, as you can see, we're just pumping damage, trying to do as much damage as we can. I'm doing unhealable dam here. Actually, I'm not even doing unhealable dam. I'm kind of just, actually, am I doing 92? Actually, I think I am doing unhealable. Yeah, so I am doing a lot of damage here, I think. And the warrior's doing no damage, so. The worst thing about playing on Fist Weaver or Outlaw is we're both stacking, and this guy's in green gear. So not only we're both really under geared here, but he's Fist Weaving. So any melee team like DHs, Windwalkers, Warriors, really anything that requires AoE is going to be really bad to Fistweave against because they're just going to do unhealable amounts of damage. And honestly, this Fistweaver, he played really good. It's just we played a really bad comp. Um, Fisting in twos with, especially as undergeared, is bad enough, especially when I don't really do much damage. So I'm trying to do as much pressure as possible, but it really just all comes down to dampening. It either they first, or it's just we get high enough dampening to where my utility just comes in handy and I can just kill them without them being able to do anything. So here I full kidney. This guy's running an auto trinket too, which is yeah, that's questionable. I don't know if I ever seen anybody run an auto trinket that's not a human. But and these guys I don't know if these guys were high enough. I mean we got all the way up to like 2150 MMR, even with greens. So here I disarm the warrior on his warbringer or war whatever it's called. It's on his roar, so it's really good. Really, anytime they're using their mini go or their burst, just disarm them. It's always good. Here I get a full sap off that, which is really good for us. But obviously we're gonna break it anyway, so there's probably no point even doing it. But just to honestly, it was probably worth because he couldn't bear form. He couldn't pre-form our go, so we got a little bit of a go, and we didn't really get anything out of it. Actually, we got his trinket, so I guess it was worth. So yeah, the sap ended up being really good. Because we got his auto trinket, so never mind. It was good. So here we kidney him here. We kidney the warrior, which was fine, because obviously we're just trying to PvE as much as possible. And that's pretty much what we're doing. Now we're kind of in a bad spot here because I'm out of CDs, and we have orb, but obviously at this dampening, it's not going to do too much healing. Thankfully he's fist weaving, so he doesn't have to cast. And he's literally just doing max PvE. As you can see, he's doing unhealable dam. Here we get a full kidney, trying to just do as much PvE as possible. And again, Outlaw Rogue's not really a good spec for damage. Like if I played DH or Windwalker or Warrior, really any other class, these games will pretty much be free because they're these are not hard games. These are just me doing negative. Like both the teams are just doing negative damage. Like this Warrior should have already won the game, especially when it's a Fistweaver where you can double cleave. Thankfully, we peeled every Warrior's go, and he's going me as a Warrior. When you're facing a Fistweaver, just go the Mistweaver and you'll kill him. He has green gear, and on top of that, he can't get away, because if he wants to get away, he's not going to be able to heal. So you literally just slow him and sit on top of him, and then only swap whenever you can't catch him. But thankfully, he went me the entire game, and since I have a decent amount of utility, I'm going to be in a good spot. So here, this guy, instead of healing himself, he's literally just having unlimited. I haven't even seen this guy at a tree form yet. He's literally had tree form up at like 100% uptime. Very nice. But game's pretty much over. It was a close game, to be honest. Even though these guys didn't really play good. I mean, we didn't do anything necessarily good either. This was kind of just whoever PvE'd more. And honestly, an Outlaw Rogue the thing is, they're both stacking her pretty much the entire game when they're going me, and we still almost lost. But the same thing, we're stacking for them because he's fist weaving. So it's like vice versa. It all comes down to whoever does more damage. And he did more damage, but his CDs were less. They were just useless. Because I was able to peel every go that he did. So here I think I accidentally disarm into his die by the swords. He has thorns up, so I'm not going to hit him. Here we have orb again. He's trying to go for a drink, which is really good for them. Actually, I think it's too high damp to where it wouldn't even matter at this point. So we got a little bit of a drink, but it's pretty much too late. It's already literally super high dampening. It literally just comes down to whoever can do the most damn, and the druid going to drink was actually really bad because he needs to keep 100% uptime on healing. At this high damp, you have to just keep healing because it's going to be so high damp to where it's like nobody's going to be able to heal this dam. Like he's pretty much dead 100%. Whoever was higher HP wins the game, and thankfully he went for a drink, so I had time to just do dam, and we win the game with touch D. So a pretty close game, but overall we take the free beyonds, and there we go. And for the last game, we'll see what do we got here. I don't remember what it was. I think it was like Hunter or something, Hunter Druid. This was a pretty fast game, to be honest. So Hunter Druid, same. This is a really bad. This is a really bad to fist weave against because obviously a Druid can run away and root you, and then a Hunter you're really never gonna catch unless he's stunned. But at the same time, fist weaving is really good healing, and it doesn't really so it's actually ended up being really good. Even though we're under geared, it was actually really good. So here I think I tried to go for the sap, but since I grappled first, I couldn't sap on my bond, which was really bad. So here I just gouged anyway. and then I'm probably gonna swap Druid here. He tries to bash me DR, which is actually really good because now he can't full stun me. Trying to keep up with the Druid here, and that's pretty much how that goes. But yeah, we're just PvEing, mainly just gonna go Hunter because obviously the Druid has Iron Bark, and if you just want to keep uptime on anything, because if you don't, it's just you're gonna die. So that's definitely what you want to do. But pretty much we're just PvEing whatever we can hit, and that's about that. Got a message on my phone, but since I have an Android, my service like this has to be the worst phone of all time. That's why you don't buy $100 phone. But the game's pretty much over. But yeah, pretty much just PvEing dumb. This is really the basics, and that's pretty much it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know what you guys want to see. Obviously, I haven't played much Outlaw, so it was pretty fun to actually come back and play this. Because obviously, I haven't played Rogue in a very long time. I kind of just took a huge break from Rogue. I just stopped enjoying it because it was just negative damage. It was just a CC bot, which is fine, but that's just not for me. Not anymore. I'd rather just play like an H power, like any other class. Just multi-classing is fun. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Comment for the algorithm like usual, and peace.